Welcome to Her Handmade Hustle Unplugged, a podcast for all women with a creative business who want to learn more about how to make money doing something they love. I'm Joanne, a female entrepreneur myself, 15 years experience running my own handmade stationery business, Vintage Twee. I'm an established seller on two of the biggest handmade marketplaces, so I've got a whole load of advice to share about how to start and run your own successful creative business. I'm also a wife and a mother, so I get the struggles of trying to do it all while you're raising a family. It's hard. Alongside running Vintage Twee, I'm also a mentor for other women like me who desperately want to work for themselves but just need that bit of support to get going and get their business dream off the ground. I'm a friendly northerner, I'm open and honest with a huge heart and a real fighting spirit, and I'm living proof that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to, even in the face of adversity. This podcast celebrates the selflessness, strength, and resilience of women in business. So if you're ready to ditch the 9 to 5 and learn how to start your own successful creative business, you're in the right place. What can we talk about? We should have thought of this before we actually press record. Does mine looking at me like that?
Right, pause. I need another drink.
I'll just talk
I'm
on
not an alcoholic, everyone, but I'm drinking a lot tonight. It's since come about that customers are misinformed.
It's come about that the general public are dickheads.
No, don't put that in.
Oh. So, this is mine and Dave's first night alone in 6 years together, because our daughter Eden has decided that she wants to sleep over at my sister's house. We're down south at the moment of recording this episode, and we're in this hotel which Eden wasn't a fan of, basically, and she's decided she wants to kip at my sister's house. So what did we do? We went out and bought a bottle of rum, and we're recording a podcast episode.
Because we don't know what else to do.
Because this feels weird. Anyway, we're going to see what happens. Everybody wants me to bring back Dave, so that's what we're doing. I'm going to see what comes up, but obviously have got a bottle of rum. I mean, I'm on Slimming World. This shouldn't be happening.
You're alright. Looking at you've lost about £7.
No, I haven't. Bugger off. I've lost £17.
£17? It's loads.
Yeah, I know.
Cheers, love. Now, what's the question?
Well, I don't know, really. Just thought maybe we could talk about life.
Well, shit, innit?
I know what to talk about. Let's talk about self-control, right? Because you've got none of it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in terms of when you run a business. Because what's it got to do with running a business?
Well, actually, it does. Because, you could just say yes to everyone. And then you find yourself in a sticky situation where you've said yes to all these people and actually you can't do it.
Yeah.
So that's self-control.
So true. Yeah, alright, okay. So like establishing boundaries.
Yeah.
Which is something that a lot of us are not very good at, because we're scared of saying no. And you know what? Eden asked us the other day.
I'm great at saying no.
You're really good at saying no.
But I'm shit at saying no to booze.
But no, I mean, seriously, right? When you run a business, it's quite easy to say yes to people to please them, isn't it? And that could be customers, that could be other businesses, colleagues and stuff. You say yes, yes, yes all the time. And actually, you push yourself to the point where you think, why am I doing this? You're not happy anymore. Eden said to me the other day, she said, for my birthday, Mummy, can I have a yes day? Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
And what did we say?
No. Because to Eden, a yes day means I ask for 20 Snickers bars, or not Snickers, but
They don't eat Snickers anymore.
No, they don't. 20 ice pops.
Mm.
And we've got to say yeah. So.
Well, I asked her what she'd ask for, and she said to me, I'd ask for loads of fake nails,
That's for loads of
Look
sweets.
at that, they're a £5 each for a pack.
Loads of sweets.
Look at that.
But anyway, yeah, so saying no. It's important, isn't it, in business?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get walked all over.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're always trying to please everybody all the time. And I'm a bit fed up of pleasing people now in my 40s.
Yeah. Snap.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I've decided that it's no more now. I'm not doing it anymore. You've got to do what's right for you. And sometimes you can think that people are going to leave you a bad review, or, you know, they're going to give you a bad name for your business and slate you on the internet if you say no, you don't agree to do something. But actually,
You've got to set the standard.
yeah, it's healthy to say no. It's healthy to have boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
This hotel room is so hot.
I know. There's no air. They've got to, right, for the listeners, they've got a bleeding window in it. A lovely all singing or dancing window that doesn't open.
Ridiculous.
And it's boiling hot.
This is why Eden refused to stay. What I'm more annoyed about is we've paid £225 to stay for 3 nights in what is literally resembles a prison cell. Well, maybe that's a bit dramatic. There's no air and it stinks of drains.
Yeah.
Like, our child made a sensible choice tonight. It's so hot. And she wouldn't have the fan on. We tried to get the fan on last night, didn't we? But it sounds like there's a bloody aeroplane taking off and you turn it on.
Yeah. And we're right near Stansted Airport as well, so, you know, it's like when a plane sets off, it's like freaking thunder.
The whole hotel shakes. I just resent it.
Hey, everyone, what's your thoughts on AI? Artificial intelligence.
AI. Well, I think it's been very helpful. Let's talk about AI. Dave knows a lot about it.
I know a lot.
I'm just going to go and grab a crunchy while you do the intro to the AI.
Right, so artificial intelligence, everybody, is very intelligent, but it does something called hallucinates. It basically makes a mistake. It's called a hallucination. But one thing I have noticed is the more you use it, the more it binds itself to you. As in, like, you know, it learns your preferences, and before you know it, you say one thing to it and it creates an image that's like just your style. So there's a lot of skepticism with AI because obviously it could take people's jobs, put people out of work, but it is very useful. So
yeah, you use it a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Not for a work capacity. He's always on it, bloody going, oh, create a picture of me as if I'm on holiday in Croatia. Right. And then he shows me a picture of himself.
flaming on a bloody freaking parachute going, ah!
You sent me one the other day of you just sat in a canoe in the middle of the ocean. And he looked like Jason Mumford. He didn't even look like him.
I know.
And he went,
Like,
oh, do you remember when we went here?
Just
It's been that long. It's been that long since we've been abroad. But you have to ask AI to create an image of you sat in a boat on the ocean, blue sky. So funny. But I'm just having me crunchy.
she's stuffing herself. Possible swimming world.
Anyway, do you think that AI is useful for the ladies who listen to my podcast, their creative businesses? Do you think that they can be using it to their advantage? And if so, how?
I think when using AI, you've got to be mindful that it's so convincing. It convinces you that it is absolutely right.
Yes, it's useful in that you can use it as a tool. However, don't rely on it. I don't think that everything it says to you is right. Do you know what I do like about AI is that when you ask it a question, it always agrees with you. And it always makes you sound really good. It goes, absolutely, I'd love to help you with this. Or absolutely, that's a great idea. You know, and that's nice. But sometimes your ideas are actually quite shit. And it's not honest with you, is it?
No, you're true. It's right. It's right.
You say, Joanne, hang on a minute, that's a really crap idea and it's not going to make you any money, so don't waste any time. Instead it says, oh, I think that's brilliant. Let me tell you how you could do this.
Yeah, because AI doesn't actually know. It's going off what is happening on the internet. Well, obviously AI was created by programmers. It was created by IT wizards. Obviously the programming aspect, the IT aspect is bang on. But when it comes to creative businesses, just cross-reference what it's telling you, I would say.
Yeah, that's good advice. I think a lot of people in sort of our line of work, creative industries, are using it to help them plan things like their social media content and stuff like that, which is okay.
Does it work though?
Well, I'll tell you something. When I look at businesses' feeds, I can tell, and a lot of people can, what captions are generated from AI. Like, you can just tell it doesn't sound like them. There's loads of emojis. There's
an emoji at the beginning of a bullet point. There's instead of like a hyphen, there's like a elongated line or whatever. You know, stuff like that. You begin to see it once you've seen patterns from doing it yourself. You begin to see it, don't you?
And it's true because there's a lot of people that use it, right? And when I read their captions, I think that doesn't even sound like you. Like, you're not that chatty. You're not that friendly. You're not that warm or inviting, you know? And I think that's not you.
Yeah.
So it really stands out. You have to be really careful if you are using AI for social media. You need to be so careful because, trust me, people can spot it. And actually, that can do more damage to your brand than you think.
Yeah.
It's interesting, right? Because if you ask it a question or you've got an idea and you go, oh, what do you think of this idea? Right? And it goes, oh, that's fabulous. This is what you should do. This is how you should do this, right? And then you go, actually, I don't like that. I think I want to do it this way. Then it goes, yeah, you're absolutely right. This sounds much more authentic. You need to do this. You just told me to do it the other way. And now you're saying that I'm right. So
yeah, I think it's programmed to agree with you and find a way to make that work, whatever your opinion is.
Which is great if you work on your own, because if you haven't got someone to bounce your ideas off with, you just want someone to agree with you and go, yeah, that's a great idea.
What I would say with AI, don't treat it as gospel. It's got the infinite patience. As in, like, you know, it'll explain it in one way, and you go, right, I get that bit, but you've just sort of brushed over that bit. And it'll go, right, let me try and spell it out for you. And then if you still don't get it, you go, right, tell it me in layman's terms. I really, honestly don't understand what the fuck you're on about. I asked it the other day to say, make me a character that's built like a brick shithouse. That's used for, you know, in my story or whatever, that is used as a sort of like an enforcer type person. And it created it. It did like freaking bald head, you know, tattoos.
A bit like Grant Mitchell.
Yeah.
So Dave, for everyone that obviously you don't know this, but Dave's going to be releasing a book, aren't you, Dave?
Yeah, eventually, but don't tell him too much because you know it's in the
Pipeline.
It's in the pipeline. It's not even 15% done yet. Like, right, pause. I need another drink.
Oh, you might hear the rum being poured out here. Right, that's enough. Jesus Christ, Dave portions. That's a lot of rum.
Dave portions.
No, on the way down, so at the moment we are in Hertfordshire visiting my sister. And on the way down, we were listening to Paddy McGuinness on Radio 2, and it was about...
He's a top banana, right?
I don't like him. I'm sorry if you ever listen to this, Paddy, but he was
a freaking top banana.
I met him once. He was really rude. Thank you. That's just topping my rum up. My ex-boyfriend at the time, this Greek guy that I used to see, just mention this story because it is relevant. Dave's looking daggers at me. But anyway, he used to work for a famous television broadcasting company, shall we say. Anyway, he was interviewing Paddy McGuinness and he asked him to do that line from what's that programme he was in? He had a catchphrase on Paddy and Max, it was. That'll ding dang do or something like that.
Ding dang do, yay!
Get your Google out a minute and just see what was Max and Paddy's motto.
Right, Max and Paddy. Paddy's.
Jesus, that's strong.
You need it.
Anyway, Paddy had a catchphrase, and my ex-boyfriend at the time asked him to do the catchphrase. He went, "Can you just say, how ding dang do," if that was what it was. Anyway, Paddy just like refused, and he was like, "I'm not doing that." So my ex-boyfriend then went, okay, and he left it. And then at the end of the interview, he went, look, before we go, can you just do the Paddy catchphrase? Anyway, he just looked at him and he went, who is this joker? I'm not doing that. Right, and he had a right go at him. He was like, this guy for real? And I was like, all right, bloody hell. Anyway, he was just really rude.
For him personally, it probably was very rude, but he may have had a number of different people. I think
Asking him to do it. Well, yeah.
I like Paddy because he's proper northern and he's just like got northern sort of viewpoints.
But yeah, anyway, the whole point of the story was that he did this feature on his show, didn't he? It's like, basically, what jobs do you think are safe from AI? And you have to like text in or email in and say. So we sent an email in, and we were in the car and said, my dad's a barber of 58 years, and he said that barbers will always be safe from AI because one, if a robot tried to wash hair, then they'd electrocute themselves.
Swimming instructor.
No, well, wait, I haven't finished my story.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And two, he said that an AI had run out of memory by the time they'd listened to everybody's life stories or some of people that were in the chair. Do you remember? Anyway, I don't think they read it out, did they? Because we listened to it and then we...
No, they did. They did. I think they did, but...
We were in Starbucks.
We were in bloody Starbucks. Missed it. We were on the way to London trying to listen out for this story that you put in. And I think it was getting close to that point, but we stopped off at Starbucks.
We needed a coffee. And now I've had half a bottle of rum. Jesus, it's gone down to 3/4. That's no more now.
No, we'll be alright.
And I've had a crunchy.
And I've had a crunchy. Bloody hell.
Oh, I've got a good one.
Yeah.
I went down to the bar before in the hotel to get a glass of ice. And the barman ID'd us.
Yeah, I couldn't quite believe that myself. I thought it was taking piss.
Some vitamins we've been having. They're working, Dave. They're working.
Either that or he's got a good sense of humour.
Yeah, I think he was having a laugh. But anyway, he just said, are you over 25? Like,
I'm
hell
38,
no.
dickhead. But
I said to
honestly,
him,
I mean, I can't knock the humour.
I don't think he was joking, but I said to him, I'm planning his 40th. Of course we're over 25, but thanks anyway.
It's not a bad thing, is it? Come on.
God, I remember last time I got ID.
You okay?
Yeah. Hungry.
Hungry? Let's go to that Chinese. Is it open?
Oh my God, chopsticks.
Yeah, chopsticks.
I am missing sweet and sour chicken so frigging much.
Spicy food.
Right, well, after my operations, we got into a really bad habit of having a Chinese every Friday night, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And then 2.5 stone later, I joined Sudden World because I'm not kidding you, it was like religious every Friday night, wasn't it?
How many sins are in a Chinese, a sweet and sour?
So sweet and sour is about 48 sins. Now you're only allowed really between 5 and 15 a day. So I was having like 3 days worth of sins in one meal. But anyway, I miss Chinese.
I miss Indian.
We had one last week.
I know. I still miss it. We
went away last week for my birthday and we stayed in a hotel. Well, it was a nice hotel, but the room that they put us in was, below par. Wasn't acceptable, was it? It smelled of drains. There was something going on in that room that wasn't.
I'm the designated kicker-offerer when, hotel rooms are not great.
Thing is, right, it was my birthday night and I thought, no, I'm not staying in it. It smells funny. Again, the room's really stuffy, so we went downstairs, complained, and said that the room smelled funny. They send this man up to the room, he knocks on the door. He had an air freshener in his hand, and he said, do you mind if I spray like this?
And you are, I do mind if you spray.
I just said that it's getting on the chest. So it's getting on Eden's chest. I said, no. I said, please don't spray anymore. Someone has sprayed enough in this room. They're trying to cover something up. I said, we need a new room. Anyway, in the end, they moved us into a better room, wasn't it? Well, better, actually. I think we got upgraded. So that was nice. But, I was just thinking about speaking out and how important it is, actually, to speak out when you're not happy with something.
Right, let's get on to this topic. I think this is a good topic. For the people that are nice people, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong being a nice person. But there are people out there that will make you feel like because you're a nice person that you are a walkover and that you are weak or whatever. Speak up. It may be uncomfortable, but the more that you do it, the more easier it becomes. And those people, the narcissists, the arseholes, they will soon see that you are actually a force to be reckoned with.
And yeah, and this is true for business owners because everybody thinks that you need to be nice all the time. And of course, you need to have a good reputation, but don't let people walk all over you and don't let people take the piss. If you've got a customer that's being arsy with you and they're out of order, then it's okay to say that that behaviour is not acceptable. It's your business. And that applies to not just in life, but in business as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I work in a print industry. And when people see the word printer, they automatically just go, contact that company, which is the company that I work for. And when we look into it, it's usually their network or their setup or whatever. And the point of the story is... What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? The point of the story is you've got to be firm and fair. The customer is not always right. That was a motto once upon a time, but it's since come about that customers are misinformed. The customer thinks that they're right a lot of the time, but they contact you because you're the professional. But then when they start trying to tell you that you're wrong, if you think I'm wrong, why did you contact me? So that's my point.
I was going to ask you, how does it feel watching me build a new business from scratch? Because obviously when we met, I had Vintage Twee and it was doing well. Like it was already established. I was making some decent money. And then starting her handmade hustle has been probably a bit of a roller coaster, not just for me, but for you as well. And you've seen how hard it is to start a business and to get it going. And even now, we're not going at full speed. Do you know what it feels like? And I often think this in business. You know, when you start a car up and you turn the ignition on and your car sort of struggles to start, and it's like coughing and spluttering a bit, like there's something wrong with it. Eventually it gets going, doesn't it? And then you're off. But that time when it's like, can't quite get there and it's, you know what I mean? It's really coughing and spluttering. That's what it feels like when you start a business. And it's just like, come on, just get going. Just bring the money in, just start. I need to have a smooth ride now. But it takes a long time to get to that point. And, it's not been easy for us, has it? And it's still not easy for us.
No, it isn't. It's no doubt that it is hard to set up from scratch your own self-employed creative business, or even non-creative. Could be tech, could be sales, could be whatever. But it's hard. It's hard. It's not what the social media portrays it as being. We've got so many orders placed, so you have to sort of, get in quick or whatever. It's a load of bullshit. It's actually a load of bullshit.
These
a lot
people
of the time,
are sat there with no orders.
Yeah, they're doing that to try and make you be urgent. So
one thing you've been really good at is that you might not feel it, but you have always believed in me. I know sometimes you said to me, I'm sorry that I didn't think that, you do this or it's been too difficult, but you have always stood by me and you've said, right, as much as we can manage, we will while you get this business running. And yeah, we're not 100% there yet. We're further than we have been. Is it enough at the moment to have the lifestyle that we want? No. But will it be? Yes, I'm comfortable with that. It's just...
I've seen a progression.
Yeah.
With your business, like a progression that's like, 1 minute you were going from 30 quid a month to, I think, recently it was like 500 a month.
No, 900 a month.
900, sorry, a month. Yeah, that was like quite a big jump. And it just kind of proves to me that persistence, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know absolutely what you're doing. But mixed with persistence, you will succeed. And I'm not going to lie, I had my doubts at one point. and I was worried. But now it seems like your reputation is getting out there, and
I hope so.
people from Australia, people from America are contacting you, and they're going, "You're good. I like your real view on life. You're not pussyfooting around it."
No. I will always be honest with people, and that's the thing. Like, I always said that I'm such a great believer in being kind, being honest, being helpful, and that's what people will get from me. Do I know everything in the world? No,
No.
of course I don't. You know, that's something that my job now is to do, is to find stuff out. If I don't know it, then I will go and find out for you. But it's, I don't know, going back to what we were saying about belief, having somebody by your side who believes in you makes a massive difference. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people can be missing that, which is why it's hard when you start a business, because if you've not got everybody in your corner supporting you, it's difficult.
A lot of these people will sell fresh air, but what Joanne will do is she will, just to prove a point to you, she will go to a shop and she'll go, right, I've got this kind, she's got this product. Look at this. What do you think?
I'm a doer.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
And she'll basically get that person to take that product, try and sell it. It's all the sort of stuff that you need to sort of like just get you off the bat. Like
People who are shy or are not confident, it's like being their advocate, isn't it? And like you said, it's not as personal if they get rejected that way. If I'm doing it for them and someone said, actually, no, I don't want that product in my shop, or no, thanks, I don't want to feature that in my magazine.
Yeah.
And it's not an insult to...
Psychologically, if it comes from not the person, not the owner of the business, like usually that is more successful than the actual owner going in, because
they're too emotionally involved.
Yeah.
This is the thing. And it's your stuff. You take it too personally if somebody goes, no, actually, this is not right for my shop, or I don't want to feature this because it's not in line with what my readers will want. Like, you take it too personally. It's your
Yeah.
baby, and it's horrible. It's like, what's wrong with me? But if I'm going in and doing it, or somebody else, it's different. I was really pleased today because I got an email from somebody who I'd contacted last week on behalf of a client, and I asked if they would feature one of her products. And I thought, you know what, she seems really nice, I'm going to drop her a message. And I was really honest with her, and I was really real, and I said, I'm working with this particular person at the moment. She's a mum, she's got 2 young boys, she's trying to get her business out there. This is like make or break for her. You know the struggle. I knew this person was a mum as well, with two young boys as well, actually. And I thought, I'm going to be honest with her and just say how my client's feeling. Anyway, I sent the email, and a few days later, I mean, literally today, I got one back, and she said, yeah, she said, I'd love to help her out. And she's like, a big influencer. And I thought, I was really proud of myself for reaching out on behalf of this person and saying, would you just help us out? And I think being that person who can do that advocate for someone, I think everybody needs that person in their corner, which is why I call myself a creative wing woman rather than a business coach, because I hate that word. I do.
I think what you get with Joanne is she's a doer, but also what she wants to do is take a little bit of that effort, that logistical effort from you, the person that's trying to juggle everything. Take some of that stuff and go, right, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to prove to you that I won't just do it, but I'll do it well. And Joanne has managed to do that with quite a few of her clients, and it's really benefiting them. Being self-employed is hard. It's hard. You need someone that is not just willing to tell you, right, here's how you do something, go and do it. Like, you need someone that goes, here's how to do something, but if you're not confident yet, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Until you're confident.
Yeah, that's me. That's what I do. I literally hold their hand. I'll help them. I'll do it for them. I'll do it with them until they're at that point when they go, I can do it myself.
Yeah. Pause. I need a wee.
Go on then, go for a wee. Here's the next thing that I want to talk about. is that self-employment, it's not for everyone. And this is the thing, like a lot of people start a business and they think, yeah, I'm going to live the dream, but it isn't for everybody. And Dave will probably be the first person to admit that he's not cut out for self-employment.
One more?
I'm all right.
Jesus! Can't tell what it is from my book.
It's a disgusting portion.
It's pretty bad, that. Listen, folks, I'm not cut out for self-employment, but I'm a skilled person. Like,
Wait, back up.
back up, bro.
Too many YouTube videos. You say you're not cut out for self-employment, okay? And not everybody are they? So I get a lot of people coming to me, and I help them, and I think they realise that actually this is harder than they think it's going to be. And you're the first one to admit that you probably would struggle being self-employed. And what are your reasons? Why would you struggle?
My main reason is tax. Tax and copyright, because I love music production and I've created some bangers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But
I keep telling him to get on YouTube.
I like them to be something that sounds like it's in a film or a series. There are so many tracks out there that sound that there's too much copyright.
Dave is particularly paranoid about breaking rules. Is that fair to say?
No. It's definitely the tax.
All right.
I don't know how to sort of do tax properly.
But that's something that you can learn or you can outsource. So that shouldn't be a reason to stop you being self-employed.
No, but based on my
personality
and what I want to succeed in, which is the music stuff, there's a lot of stuff that you have to think about, like copyright, the tax.
Right. Okay, so back up, right. That means you are worried about the legal side of things. Yeah.
Legal side. Yeah.
Right. So David's worried about the legal side of things. But you have to accept that you're not going to know everything, you just got to try. But I don't think that you could be comfortable, could you? And you'd be in a constant state of worry.
There's a certain mindset, I think, that self-employment can or can't cater to.
Yeah.
I think people that are quite passive in their mindset, they will be fine self-employed.
So basically, all personalities are not cut out to be self-employed, and I think sometimes it takes you to try it. And if you are worrying all the time and you're not enjoying it and you're not finding it exciting or liberating, then it's probably not the path for you. And yeah, we're all going to have some kind of worries when we're starting something new, of course, but if it's overtaken and you're like negative Nelly all the time.
Yeah, it's not a negative thing. Like, realistically, I would love to be self-employed because the freedom, based off Joanne, it's not as free as you would believe it to be.
I'm always bloody working.
Yeah, but it's freer than working for a company, for sure. But you can't just nip out and go for a coffee and...
Well, you can, but you don't earn any money. In fact, a better example is that Dave is taking a day off a week at the moment to help out with the summer holidays. So on a certain day every week, he obviously has needed and he helps. And last week when he was with her from 9 till 4 or something.
Yeah.
And they went to McDonald's.
I felt like I was dying.
They went to McDonald's, they went playing. And anyway, at the end of the day, he came in and, absolutely fagged out on the sofa, didn't you? Because it's exhausting looking after a 5-year-old.
It is.
A normal 5-year-old, this is Eden was talking about. He was on freaking speed half the time. Anyway, and I said to him as he was lay asleep on the sofa practically, I said, right, so you got to go make some tea now. I said, and then I'll do bath, which is what happens the other way around normally, isn't it? But then, once Eden's in bed at 9 o'clock, you've got to log on and do 2 hours of work now because you pretend you're self-employed. And he just looked at me. Absolutely horrified.
I was disgusted. I was like, no. No.
I look after Eden all day and then I'll log on to
work. But I get it. I get it.
You are understanding of that.
Yeah. I think I'm not cut out for it.
I couldn't do what you do. And I always said this to you, even the days when you worked in IKEA. I said to you, I could never do what you do. The commitment you had to serving customers and being in that environment and working for other people, and I just couldn't do it. And I said I'd get sacked within 2 days if I worked for someone else now.
Sometimes you have to hang on to your pride. Your pride would tell you I'm not taking that shit from someone. But at the same time, if that person didn't challenge you in that way, would you succeed in the way that you wanted to? If someone doesn't say something to you, you'll never look at yourself and go, actually, am I doing the best that I can? Or aren't I?
Got my battery's low, but plug it in. I think at this point, Dave's eyes are closing.
Yeah.
I think he's slurring a bit too much now.
Right. I think you're right.
We're going to call this a night, aren't we? I've enjoyed it. This is our first child-free night in 6 years.
6 years
6 years
is a long time.
But it's been nice. It's been nice just chilling out, having half a bottle of rum and then some. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. Everyone said bring back Dave, so
let's listen to it back and see whether it's
suitable. There's a lot of swearing. We don't say the F word on the How Make Us
I didn't really swear that much. I said a few F words.
You did say a few F words. I will block those out because there's little ears around. My mum's listening to my podcast. Anyway, what's really annoying about this hotel room is there's no bloody Netflix. So I can't get the latest episode of Power on that I've been watching at the moment. So thanks for coming on, Dave. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll be back, probably alone, for another episode of the Her Handmade Hustle Unplugged podcast. Say bye, Dave.
Bye, buggers. Bye.
Bye.